In the latest political flashpoint surrounding Jeffry Epstein's former associate, the White House has issued a new justification for a highly controversial prison transfer, after moving convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell from a low-security facility in Florida to a much more relaxed minimum-security federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas. Critics call the move inappropriate for a convicted predator, while the Trump administration now cites safety concerns as justification. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 for her role in recruiting and grooming underage girls for Epstein. Under Standard Bureau of Prisons policy, those with a sex offender designation are barred from minimum security camps, yet Maxwell was quietly transferred, raising major alarms among victims and legal experts. The official line from the Justice Department now: she was moved due to credible threats on her life at the Florida facility. The transfer followed a 2-day meeting with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who reportedly interviewed Maxwell about more than 100 individuals connected to the Epstein network. While officials insist there was no promise of leniency, critics suspect political motivations behind the timing. Bryan's prison camp, nicknamed Club Fed, offers dormitory-style housing, minimal perimeter fencing, and amenities most often reserved for non-violent, white-collar offenders. Inmates have access to recreation, arts classes, yoga, and even puppy training programs. Families of Epstein's victims denounce such luxury for someone convicted of child sex trafficking. Victims' representatives and former accusers, like the family of Virginia Giuffre, issued a scathing joint statement, calling the decision a failure of justice and a cover-up. They argue the move was made without any notice to survivors and directly exposes a bias in handling high-profile cases. Investigative journalist Julie K. Brown warned that Maxwell may be at greater personal risk now, having disclosed sensitive information to law enforcement that could implicate powerful individuals. Maxwell's placement alongside other high-profile inmates such as Elizabeth Holmes further fuels the perception of preferential treatment. Official prison policy dictates that sex offenders are not eligible for minimum security camps unless granted a waiver. The decision to waive that rule for Maxwell and facilitate the move through Bureau of Prisons channels rather than a typical marshal's transfer raises new questions about procedural irregularities. The narrative presented by the White House, that this is a safety-based relocation, is being met with widespread skepticism. Critics say it conveniently shields political allies and avoids accountability, especially as Maxwell pursues an appeal, requests executive clemency, and negotiates potential testimony. As the scandal deepens, Maxwell's appeal is pending before the Supreme Court, and the House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed her to testify, though only with immunity or formal clemency. Meanwhile, President Trump maintains he has the power to pardon Maxwell, though so far claims he has not been directly asked to do so. What emerges is a clash of narratives: official claims of protecting an inmate at risk versus claims of political favoritism and justice denied. The public remains divided, and Maxwell's fate, and the truth about Epstein's circle, is more contested than ever.